absorbs a ton of water. Right? So you want to make sure you do that. Always keep your portafilters in. Okay. There's a little rubber seal up here where if you that this seals up against inside. That rubber seal every 6 months. It's about $8 a seal. But it's something to do every 6 months for sure. You guys can change it yourselves. What I have is some snap-on picks. There's one with a 90-degree turn on it. I go in, pull the one out. Okay. Put the new filter on here, put it in. It's that easy. So, you know, that's basically your maintenance on here. Okay. A couple of the key points too is on your steam ones. Don't be rough on your steam valves. Okay. There's lots of room to play for a reason, so that you're not locking them closed. Because if you keep jamming it closed, you're eventually going to create a leak, right? Yeah, like a plumbing seat. Steam on this thing is absolutely fantastic. So steam ones are designed so you can start steaming your steam pitcher, put your steam pitcher on, it'll be hanging on the unit itself somewhat, so that you've got some stability. And you've got a 5,000 watts worth of power, so you've got absolutely endless steam. It'll go forever. Huge, huge boiler. If you ever find that you are running out of steam, if you're so busy that you'd like to lower the steam level, we'll have more steam, I can lower your water level just a tiny bit. It's a little bit harder on the machine, but produces more steam. So it's, you know, it's water and then your steam's on top, right? Okay. As I mentioned, these are volumetric. Down here I showed you the volumetric turbines, ones that are normally a problem. If there's a malfunction with those, the nice thing about this machine is you're not down. You have your backup switches. These aren't volumetric. These will go on and on and on forever. So the beauty of these is exactly that. You can keep that with it. Hot water. Don't use this machine for tea. Okay. 2 reasons. 1, you'll use up your softening really fast. And number 2, it's too hot for tea. You're going to burn your tea. Right? Yeah, use the spigot on that machine. Use Canterbury's machine. And that's about all the safeties. Now, the biggest rule with traditional espresso machines, the #1 rule. Have you guys used traditional machines before? Yes. Okay. Do you know what that is? To do with steaming. I don't.
Is it the time that you have?
The time?
Yeah.
Actually, the #1 rule is purge, steam, purge, purge. Okay? And that's so important. What happens is you'll see this steam one's cold, the valve is cold up top, and you can actually feel it nice and cold. What can happen is if you went and put even a glass of water into this, turn it on, it actually can do a bit of suction and then blow. And you can imagine what happens is the suction goes up and it gets into the boiler. And we call it the $1,500 mistake. So you always need to make sure you purge, do your foaming, finish foaming, wipe it down, purge again, give it another wipe, and then purge again. But after the second purge, you'll still see some milk coming out of the steam one. Okay, so you have to get the milk out of the system as well. Right. So if you have any staff going on and if they're not purging afterwards, it's severe. We have some locations that it's right up a little fence if they get caught in that.
Oh, I will be here too.
Yeah, it has to be. So that's the most important. #2 is dump your espresso. After you've done it, don't leave your espresso in here, because what it'll do, it'll plug your basket and it'll plug your screen up top. Again, you go to so many cafes, you open them and you look at it, there's espresso still, the used espresso sitting inside here. You can do what Benny used to do over at Sudbury, you just do a couple shots out of the same espresso. Oh yeah. And then a piece is leave your espresso shots, your portafilters in place. Right. We're ergonomically designed so that it's a little easier to use, but keep them in place for the so that the seal doesn't warp at all during the night. Now the grind is set. You'll see the grind. Basically 2 pulls on. Now, and I was talking to Nick about getting a starter kit, so a tamper. We have plastic tampers, a knockbox, some cleaning product, and things like that. And you'll see in my beautiful shot glass a shot coming out. This might be, let's see how it pours. It's a little bit fast, but I could have put a little bit more coffee in there. Look at that. You can see it's got the mouse, starting to have the mouse tail on it and stuff. Look at that crema. Yeah, it'd be nice if we had this in an espresso cup. It'd be half crema.
That's beautiful.
So, I mean, we've got a lot of crema just to cover all that. Normally, that's great.
Beautiful. We doing coffee art here, guys?
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's clouds on a nice day. So, I mean, really, I'm not sure what Canterbury will be doing with you in terms of training on foaming milk and things like that. We do need to get you some steam pitchers. We recommend 3 1-liter steam pitchers and 2
Don't worry,
1/2
man.
liter
I got
steam
it.
pitchers.
I got it.
You got them?
So the reason for that is you're going to have different types of milk requirements, and so we're seeing soy milk, maybe 2 different types of fat content, and now we hear people talking about almond milk. Some people are starting to ask for almond milk, okay?
It's huge.
So it might be one thing that you might want to have here too. You don't want to contaminate your steam pitchers because they'll melt. They'll melt right away. Especially the lactose people. They'll be back the next day. Other than that, leave it on all the time.
All
Don't
the
turn it
time?
off. And that's about it on this unit. I mean, we really need to do some espresso training.
Yes.
But I'm guessing that either somebody from Canterbury or I can come back later in the week when we're more operational and we can do actually some espresso training, foaming milk, things like that.
That'd be great.
I know Gina, she's very experienced at it, so she's great at it. Yeah.
Props to Gina, I guess, on the video. It's good.
Oh, good.